Day, so I had to figure out, what am I going to do in New York tomorrow? What tourist fun day am I going to have? Well, back then in '93, for those of you who remember, we did not have internet, we didn't have email, Tinder, Grindr, Twitter, none of them. So I had to get out the old thing we call the newspaper and look and see what was going on. And what I figured was, all right, tomorrow I'll stand in line and get half-price tickets to a matinee in the afternoon. But in the morning, I'm going to go to a protest because I'm reading in the paper that gay groups are not allowed to march in the St. Patrick's Day parade. And so there's going to be a big gay rights rally and protest against that. All right, I'm all for that. So get up the next morning, get my little purse and get on the bus, and I head over to Fifth Avenue where the parade's gonna be. And I'm thinking, when I get out of the bus, it's gonna be a mob scene. It's gonna be way more than this many people in the room. I mean, this is where Stonewall happened. This is one of the gay capitals of the world, New York City, and it's gonna be great. And I get off the bus, and I see people getting ready to be in the parade. There's the Irish policemen and the Irish secretaries and the Irish whatever, but I don't see a protest. So I start kind of going up side streets around where the parade's gonna be, and I sort of hear something off in the distance. And so I go and I see this small little group of people just kind of dancing along out there. And maybe somebody has a tambourine, I think, or a coconut or something. And they're doing this. We're here, we're queer, we're Irish, get used to it. All right, help me.
We're here, we're queer, we're Irish, get used to it.
Good, one more time.
We're here, we're queer, we're Irish, get used to it.
Sorry if I blew your ears out there for the technician. Okay, that's great. I'm taking you with me to the next protest. You're ready to go. All right, so we're dancing around, we're doing that, and we're game. Now, between where we're dancing in our little circle with the tambourine, there is about 3 deep between us and the parade on Fifth Avenue, New York cops dressed in riot gear, holding their billy clubs, watching us. So we're here, we're queering right here, and they're standing, looking at us, and we're just going in our circle, and then we start chanting again, and I notice one of my comrades is sort of breaking toward the cops. So here we are chanting, help me again. We're here, we're queer, we're Irish. Get used to it. And I was arrested. Now, because I'm privileged, I wasn't that worried about getting into the paddy wagon, but I have to say I wasn't that happy about it either. So they put my comrades and me into the paddy wagon, and off we went. Now, in their infinite wisdom, they decided, even though this was a gay rights protest, that they would divide us by gender. So they took all of the men and dropped them off. We stopped the paddy wagon, dropped them off first at the police station on the west side of New York. And then they drove us women down to Chinatown. Well, when we got to Chinatown, they took me and now the remaining 4 comrades out, and they walk us into the police station. And there they were, everywhere in the police station, hanging over every surface, packed. It was like this room, but even more, of really, really pissed off lesbians and their female friends. They had all been arrested an hour before I was for contempt of court. They had actually shown up at the right time for the protest. I was just a little bit late. So we were just the remaining few, and I'm happy to say I got sent away with a ticket for disturbing the peace, even though they all got charged with contempt of court. And the Irish Lesbian and Gay Organization got me off, so my record's clear in New York. I can go back to the city safely. But I like to think, I just read that in the last couple of years, gay groups have finally been allowed to march in the St. Patrick's Day Parade in New York. And I'd like to think that I was a little bit of a part of that history. Thank you.